There are 5 ways how foreign investors can get a green card in the United States. You want to know what they are? Let's talk about it. Hello everybody and welcome back to Immigration Channel. This is where we explain complex immigration matters in short, simple videos. We make immigration easy. And in this video, we'll talk about all the 5 ways how investors can get a green card in the United States. We'll talk about regional centers, we'll talk about direct investment, and a few other interesting ways that you may not have known about until now. Before we do that, make sure to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos, and also give us a big like so YouTube can show this video to more people just like you. As always, if you're planning to invest in the United States or get a green card, you know what to do. Send me a text, 619-483-4549 to book your consultation. So, if you're a foreign investor or an entrepreneur, there are essentially 5 ways how you can self-petition yourself, meaning that you don't need a job offer or to get married to a US citizen. You can do this on your own with a financial investment and a few other things that I'll share with you in this video. Option number 1, we're going to use the EB-5 program as a direct investor. In this program, you need to invest $1,050,000 US in a direct project. This is a project that either you start or you buy into. It also requires you to employ 10 US citizens full-time in this project that you're investing in. This investment must be made into a commercial enterprise and must be kept in this project for at least 5 to 7 years. So what do most investors that do this direct EB-5 invest in? They invest in franchises. They invest in hotels, large restaurants, IT projects, retail chain stores, and large construction projects. A very important element of this direct EB-5 is that we have to prove to the government that your money is traceable. So I need to prove where you got your money and how it got to the United States. So the first thing we do is when I work with an investor that goes for direct EB-5 is documenting the source of the funds. So how long is it going to take? EB-5 through direct investment can vary depending on where you're born. Indian investors will take longer than somebody who was born in Europe, for example. That's because of the high demand for these visas. The beautiful thing is that under some law changes that happened last year, if you're in the United States, let's say on a work visa or on a student visa or even as a tourist, you'll be able to adjust your status once you file this application. This is something that was not available for investors before. And once again, if you're here with a family, your entire family will be able to stay here with you and get that green card. Option number 2, also EB-5, but this time in a regional center. The investment required is only $800,000. The difference between the option I just mentioned is that rather than directly investing over $1 million, you're now investing $800,000 in a regional center, essentially loaning this money to the regional center for the duration of the processing of your green card. The difference between the option number 1 and the regional center is in the regional center you are a passive investor. You don't actually have to create the business, hire the 10 employees. The regional center will do all this work for you. These regional centers are typically located in targeted employment areas. You don't have to live in those areas. You can invest in any regional center no matter where it is in the United States. The money will stay in the regional center between 5 to 7 years, and after that you will get the money back. The beautiful thing about the regional center is, as I mentioned before, you don't have to be actively involved in the business and you can reside anywhere in the United States while your money is invested in that project. If you're here in the United States in legal status, you'll be able to change your status and be waiting in the United States for the adjudication of your case. This could be very useful if you're here on an H-1B visa or E-2. It's a great way to convert your status from an H-1B, student visa, and even investor visa under the E-2 to something more permanent. Option number 3, green card under the EB-2 National Interest Waiver. That is also self-petition. Remember, the previous 2 options are self-petition as well. You do not need an employer or a job offer or getting married with a US citizen to apply for these options. You do this on your own. So option number 3, EB-2 National Interest Waiver. This one is for those of you that have an advanced degree, let's say you have a master's degree or a bachelor degree and 5 years of experience, progressive experience in your field of expertise, and you're going to be working on some kind of a project that will be in the national interest of the United States or that your work that you've done in the past and you might be doing in the future will have an impact in the national interest, you could qualify for the self-petition green card under the EB2 category. The idea behind it is that you have such good skills and you're providing so much benefit to the United States by showing that what are your future projects, that they will be waiving, the US government will be waiving the requirement for labor certification. Labor certification is a lengthy process where US employers have to prove that there are no US citizens being affected by your hiring. But by doing this self-petition, because we can show how unique you are and how important your project or whatever you're going to be doing in the United States for the benefit of the United States, then we can waive the requirement for labor certification. Again, this is option number 3, self-petition under the EB2 National Interest Waiver. Option number 4 is again self-petition under the EB1A. This is a self-petition for immigrants with extraordinary abilities in the arts, science, business, education, and athletics. So if you have any special skills, extraordinary skills in any of these disciplines, you might be able to qualify for the EB1A category. Extraordinary ability means that you are one of a few in your field that have risen to the top in this particular industry. And how do we prove this? We prove this by showing that you received some major awards. Maybe you received very high salary when you worked in your industry. Maybe there's media publications about you showing how valuable and extraordinary you are in your industry. We take those things and of course a few other factors, and then we have special videos that we've done specifically about the EB1A category that you can watch on our channel. But this is a very unique category because again, you're coming as a self-petitioner because of your previous achievements and how extraordinary you are in your industry. The United States wants you because you're the best and the brightest. So remember, EB1A, a very good option for those of you that reach the top of your industry. And again, it is important for you to get evaluated because you might not believe that you're one of the top in your industry. But once you have an evaluation with an attorney, we might find out that yes, you've achieved enough awards, your salary was definitely higher than most people in this particular field, and that you might have enough awards and publications about you will justify the receipt of this particular visa. So remember, even if you don't believe that you have it, it is important to get evaluated by an attorney who specializes in this field, and we can determine if you can do it or not. And finally, the last option for self-petition for an entrepreneur or an investor is the intercompany transferee EB1C green card category. Now, this might be not so known to most people. The EB1C green card category is a petition that is possible for people that are relocated to the United States by working in a foreign company, and that foreign company has a subsidiary or an affiliate in the United States, and now you're moved as a manager or an executive, and after working here for a year or two, and now you can apply by yourself because of the nature of your role in this company for a green card based on EB1C. Once again, you don't need a labor certification in this category, just like we don't need for the EB1A or the EB2, because it is for people that are highly skilled, highly valuable, and the United States needs those people to stay here in the United States. And again, EB1C will work for those of you that were employed outside of the United States at least for 1 year in the last 3 years, and they are now here either on an L1 visa or some other visa, but you can still prove your relationship with the foreign company and your executive role there, and we can apply for the EB1C green card category based on that. Once again, the most common scenario of EB1C is that if you already have an L visa because you were transferred by the foreign company, and again, as an investor, you might own the foreign company in your home country and you decided to move yourself as one of the executives, yourself and your family, on the L visa, and then the next step from the L visa to get a green card is the EB1C category, which is a very popular category. We do a lot of these cases, and of course, if you have a good L1 case and if you have a good company in the United States where you move to, then the path for the EB1C is going to be very easy. Once again, we covered the 5 options for investors and entrepreneurs to apply for a green card. We talked about traditional EB5, investing over $1 million. We talked about the regional center, investing $800,000. We talked about the EB2 National Interest Waiver. We covered EB1A self-petition for extraordinary ability immigrants. And finally, EB1C for those of you that are transferred from a foreign entity to work as an executive or manager in the United States. Hopefully these options are valuable for you. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. As always, if you need my help with your immigration matters, send me a text, 619-483-4549. I'm here for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in our next video.